Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Briefing with Brie, and today I have my third Memorydex card for Puchys Memy Mondays. I will make sure to have all the info linked down below. I will also have a list of all the crafty, talented ladies linked down below so you guys can check out their projects as well. Memy Mondays is basically every Monday of August. We're going to have either a project share, process video, tutorial, anything of that sort out for you guys to watch. And again, it is Memorydex based, so you know, if you guys make Memoryidexes or if you don't know what they are, these are to inspire you guys to create some of your own. I didn't say that in my last two videos because I didn't really have a lot of info. I was kind of pre-recording, but now I have it, and we are I'm going to have all the info again linked down below for you guys. Unfortunately for me, I'm not doing giveaway just because I just finished a giveaway, so I'm trying not to add a little too much on my plate. I already have enough to worry about. But yeah, so if you guys haven't seen my other two videos, I am doing Disney themed Memorydex cards. We didn't have to choose like a theme, but I think, you know, that was just the easiest thing for me to do, was to choose a theme, stick to it, and then kind of work around it with whatever I have. So if you guys are interested in the other two videos, I do have process videos for each one. The second one was actually a pretty simple Memorydex card. It just took a while in a sense because I was doing a lot of like die cutting and whatnot because I didn't have it planned out, and I've never really made something like this. I don't make Memorydex cards like this, so it was all brand new to me. You guys have seen me share a couple of Memorydex cards, but I never go off like this. So as you guys can see, this one's a little bit of a chunky one, and I did create this SVG, so it's not something that you can buy, in case you guys are wondering. I have a pop-it one, and then this right here is using a digital kit that I got, or not a kit, but like digital paper that I got off Etsy. And if you guys want all that info, again, there will be a video playlist and whatnot for you guys to click down below, so that way you guys can watch how I put these two together. I wanted to try to get process videos out for each one of these. I'm hoping my other two I can get process videos out also, just because I love watching process videos. And since I don't do Memorydex cards like this, I think it would be really fun for me to have videos for me to kind of refer back to when, you know, if I ever take a break from them and then I need some inspiration or something. So I hope that my video inspires you guys, but let's go ahead and get started. So for today's video, I was inspired by this die right here. It was actually this one right here, which I got off Ally, and it's a book die. And I wanted to use this lace border right here. I've made a lot of projects with this. I just never shared them with you guys. But I make a bunch of little book embellishments, and I wanted to make a Memorydex card using this one here. Sorry, it's not focusing. I wanted to make a Memorydex card using this specific die because I love it so much for Disney stuff, but unfortunately it's too long. Memorydex cards, I believe, are like 3 3/4, like 4 1/4 wide by 3 3/4 high, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but that is, yeah, 4 1/4, I think, by 3 3/4 high. So this wasn't going to work, and even like, sorry, even the inside part was not going to work for me because, again, it was too long. I think these are actually somewhat the same. Okay, I like this one a little bit more. I was thinking of just cutting off the edges of this. So I'm going to try this one out and see. Hope that it works. I never really have a plan for these videos. I come up with the idea in my head and then I just record it because I don't have time like that to really do all that. Okay, anyway, let me go ahead and just get this together. So in my first video, I believe, I said I wanted to use this Frank Garcia Just Like Magic collection that I've had in my stash. I forgot about it because I even was saying that I don't have any pastel Disney collections, and I lied because I do have actually quite a bit when I used to design for the Fairytale Club, and then I also picked up this collection from Frank Garcia. So I'm going to use this one here. I just think that the princessy theme and the shabby chiciness of it, I think it would go perfect for a book. I pulled out the same dies that I've been using for my Memorydex cards just because they're already out. So I'm going to be trying that out. And then, what else? Yeah, so I'm going to try to use scraps because I have a bunch of scraps from when I was working with this collection a couple years ago, believe it or not. And so I want to try to use those up. I'm going to figure out what kind of like front page, I guess, I want to do. So I have some ephemera. I have this one that I hand cut because when he first came out with the collection, he had a element sheet, which basically had a bunch of little cut aparts that you can hand cut yourself. And then he came out with an ephemera pack afterward. So of course I went back on and I purchased the ephemera pack, but I did die cut a lot of the pieces. So it was like this, and you would just hand cut it, and that was the back. So I bought a bunch of those, but then he came out with the ephemera, so I did pick that up as well. And what's cool about his ephemera is that it does come distressed. So they are distressed a little bit with like a really light brown color. So I pulled those out. I have these stickers. These are actually way off from his paper color, if you guys can tell. This is more of a cream distressed sticker, and then his papers are more white. So I don't know if I'm going to be using these. We'll see. I have the 6x6 paper pad because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a smaller scale. But there's one piece, this one right here. This is my all-time favorite paper. I don't know if I want to use the back page or if I want to do this floral piece. Let me see. I did pull out actually, oh, did I say this already? Yeah, I'm going to be using this Memorydex die again, which I used on my second Memorydex card. So my plan is to have this book kind of off here, and I would have to trim it a little bit. I think this one's going to be the most appropriate, if you know what I'm saying. So I just need to cut this. So I'm going to die cut this out of this paper. And then for this, I think I'm going to go with a light pink. Do I have one? This is a cream. I think I'm going to do that, and then because this is 110, don't mind the pieces there, I'm going to back this onto it because it's not as thick, and then this will be another page on top of that. And okay, so I don't have my Dollar Tree haul out yet, but I did pick up this like random book. I tried to choose one that didn't have like an actual story to it. I think I kind of want to use some of these as just the pages, so I'm just going to take it apart. I don't care for the like the wording on it, because you're not going to see it, and you'll see what I mean. So I think I'm going to do, let's just do 3 for now. I think I can get 2 out of here. Yeah, so I'll just do, if you guys hate when people tear books up, I'm so sorry. But at least it's getting put to use. Okay, so go ahead and just do this. This part right here is plain, so we'll cut this out. So what I'm going to do, sorry, I'm going to cut out each of these pages. I feel like these are too bold for me, so I'm going to use this one. It's empty at the bottom. Okay, so there's 3. I'm going to go ahead and die cut these all out. I'm pretty sure because this paper is very thin, I can get all 3 cut out together. Perfect. Okay, they all cut out. So, and then I did want to shorten this a little bit. A lot of flipping through paper, y'all. So I have to cut this out still. Cute. And for just extra reinforcement, I'm going to do this one. Let's see. Alright, and I know it's a mess right now, so we're just getting the base down. So yes, that's gonna look cute. I don't mind how high it's gonna be. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna sew down the middle with some mint green thread. I'm also gonna sew around this edge right here, and then I'm gonna sew all these pages down together. Just using some of my sewing clips, because I'm gonna cut these with my trimmer. So I'm supposed to get my nails done today, but I was so tired, you guys. I could not. Okay, I hope that worked. I need to change my blade. I swear I just changed it too. Oh yeah, it's still cute. I can curl this edge a little bit with my scissors if I want to. I don't want to mess it up. So let me... Still looks like a book to me. So there's that. Don't got time for that right now. So let's see. Let me go ahead and sew this around, and then I'm going to sew all these pieces together. I was thinking of taking... I have my Tattered Rose distress oxides, and I was going to use this to go around the edges just so that way it's a little bit distressed. It's going to be very subtle, but it'll add some distressing to it. Like I said, it's going to be very subtle. You're probably going to barely see it. Yeah, barely tell, but it's there. So I think, let me see. Yeah, on camera you're not going to be able, oh, you can a little bit. You can kind of see the distressing. So that's what I'm just going to do to all these. Good for now. Let me go ahead and sew all my pieces down, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. I went ahead and I stitched this. Let me just turn my machine off. I don't think you need it for now. But I went ahead and I put the pages together. And I did sew this top piece on its own on the outer edges first with mint green thread. I don't know why I said it that slow. And then I went ahead and I did the center by putting the pieces together. So I have all the little book pages and then the back pink piece, and I just used my stitch clips. I used those to put these together so that now all the pages are on there. And I am going to cut off, I think I'll keep them on. I kind of like it. So I'm going to keep those on, but I am going to take my bone folder and I'm going to give these some dimension. So I'm just going to roll these. I do have an actual tool for it. Okay, I can't seem to find my new one, but this is the older one. I have a mint colored one which I've hauled before. So I'm just going to use this to curl it a little bit. These are to make those big flowers. Do the same to all these. The book pages are going to be a lot easier to curl up just because they're thinner. So as you guys can see, it's starting to look like a book. So I think what I'm going to do is put foam between this bottom one right here before the pink, and then this one after the pattern paper, just to keep it up a little bit. So grab some foam. And I'm not going to take the backing off. And for the back, I'm going to put the foam really close to the edge, because the paper's so thin, it's like basically touching the pink part, just to keep it a little bit raised. So you can see the foam, but once you lay it flat, you can't really see it. So there's that. You guys can see it looks like it's, the pages are kind of opened up, so there's that. Like I said, I just kind of played with it a little bit, and that's gonna go onto there. Now I'm just trying to figure out if I want, oh yeah, I forgot to measure the sides, but because I curled it up, because if this was flat it wouldn't fit, but because I curled it up it fits perfectly on the edge. Thank goodness. I don't know why things work out for me. But thank gosh. Okay, so let me do that. Is that not cute? Okay, and then I was gonna put pattern paper on the back, but I like that pink, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna flip through some of this ephemera. I am also gonna go through kind of like the ones that I hand cut. I want to go through those first. This one says all aboard. I think that is really cute. I like this all aboard, but it has this Cinderella stuff, so I'm going to try to look for stuff that are like Cinderella type theme. Like I said, I was making some projects a couple years ago. I haven't posted anything yet, but I was working with this collection. So I have stuff cut out. Okay. I'm just going to take all this out. I even have little die cuts, like stars and little flags. More tickets. See, this is cute, but it's just too big. And then these, in the 6x6 paper pad, these are really small, so I don't think it'll work. I'll look through it, but I don't think it's gonna work. There's this one, it says Dreamer. Okay, yeah, that's cute. I think we're gonna go with that one. I'm just gonna put these to the side. And then I saved this bottom piece, which was the branding strip, and it says Just Like Magic, which is the collection, and I just thought it would be cute to use that, so I saved everything. Alright, so there are some like words in here that I'm going to flip through and see if I want to use those. Let me go ahead and glue this down because I know that this is going to go on there. Let's just use liquid glue. I'm only doing this to make it a little bit thicker. It's almost August 1st and I've made 3. I've recorded 3 of them. I have 2 more to do. I have a couple ideas for one of them, so I need to figure out one more. Okay, so let this sit, dry, and I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I did want to add a bookmark. I always like to add those bookmarks. I did have So I pulled aside some like of this chiffon, like this chiffon ribbon trim, whatever. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. Actually, Chris drove me to Hobby Lobby today before he went to work. It's so sweet of him. And I picked up a couple of the different kinds they have. And I would have sewed this to the center, but I think it'll work out like this. So I used these little Mickey charms before. These are part of this collection. But I picked these ones up from Allie because he sold out, and then luckily I was able to grab some from his website before he sold out again. And I'm thinking I can attach this to, and I think this color goes so well with the collection, and then the distressing on the edges also adds to it, so I think it's perfect. Like I said, Hobby Lobby has this, and it's the Paper Studio, so when it's 50% off, it's about like $3, $3 something. Okay. So I'm just gonna trim off this edge right here. Don't want too much of it kind of sticking out. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna glue the top part. I'm so bad at turning this off. Look at how ugly that is. I've been doing better, but just messed up my glue gun. Okay, there we go. And it'll hang, but it's not as much, so that's fine. Okay. So now this little dreamer part. Go on there. I think I'm going to use one of the castles. Sorry for those of you guys that don't like the crinkling noise. I'm a huge fan of it, but I know not everybody is. I just realized they have a little, I bet you put a little clock in there. Yeah, because I don't want to overdo it. I want you to still be able to see the book. So just looking for something to put. I also have, I did pull out stickers. Oh, these. But I also have those, I don't know where I put it. Did they get stuck? That's odd. I have no idea where I put my stickers. I have those little label stickers from this collection. There's some little hearts and stars in here. I'm going to pull one more star, do a blue one. Something like that. Okay, I'm just going to put these back because I already have those that I hand cut and I don't want them to get all mixed up. So this butterfly too much. So I'm gonna try to cut this up here. I'm gonna leave a very, very thin white border. So, in a fantasy land. I think in here. Okay. Pink castle. Oh yeah, that's much better because then I don't have to worry about covering, you know, any of that. It's just a silhouette. So that'll work. Like that. But again, I can't allow the in a fantasy land to go off the edge too much, or else it won't fit. And I'm just gonna go through this 6x6 paper pad just to see if there's anything I want to cut out. Okay, so there isn't really much in the 6x6 paper pad for me to pull from, which is fine. But I think I'll do that. And then, do I want to add some of this tulle? I think it'll be cute. Have a little strip of this. The back is silver, so I can do that. I think that'll work too. I like it, but I feel like it's covering too much paper. We're not going to do that. I'll save it, but yeah, I'm not going to use it. I am going to use some of, you guys have seen me use my stamens. These are from Hobby Lobby. I'll bend them up a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm just going to start gluing things down. And I'm going to start off by gluing the book. I'm just going to make sure that it's bent up enough. And I'm going to add foam to the pages right here. I think I'm going to add like 3 layers of foam. Oops. So let me just add this on. Hope everyone had a good weekend. This is my 3rd one. Okay, so, yep, 3 is perfect. It kind of lifts it up. 2. So, just again, kind of curl it up. Sorry guys, my camera ran out of space. So I had to delete some stuff. But I am going to pop up this castle. So, So before I glue this down with hot glue, I'm going to put my first little cluster of stamens. Just going to put that behind. Okay, that's cute. Make a little heart shape. And I'm just going to cut off these ends. I know, I have so many scissors. You guys see my other videos, you know why. I think I'm okay with that, even though it is covering the little Mickey Mouse head. You could still kind of see it, so I'm just going to add one piece here to the end. Alright, and then next up is this corner. So my flower is gonna go here, like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna scrunch it up and glue it so that way you can see. I hope I don't hate it. Okay, doesn't look bad. Cute. Yes, it turned out so cute. I'm loving how these Memorydex cards are coming out. Like, I'll literally just lay in bed and just think about like what kind of Memorydex I want to make. Think about what I got, and I'm always so happy when it works out. So we got stars, and then I do have these. I think that's enough for that. What else? I guess I can cut some of these tails off. Do a little haircut. Alright, so I do have some of this pink pom-pom trim. I know. Do I really need it? I don't know. Let's see. Thinking. No, because it kind of takes away from it. You guys are probably like, don't do it, or don't do it. Okay. And do I need anything else? I did, I actually pulled out different colors of my diamond dots that I thought would match. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to add any. I think I'm going to add, because this salmon color in there, I think I'm just going to add a couple of these diamond dots. These are like the iridescent ones. So I'm going to use some of these so that I can bring in some of that color. Just going to do a little bit. So I just added 3 to the cupcake and then 3 kind of surrounding the cluster on top. Just going to use some liquid glue. Cool. Alright, so there it is. This is my third Memorydex card. How cute is this? I am so glad that it turned out the way it did. Here is how it looks. So it is pretty dimensional because of the pages. But here is the cluster. So cute, I love it. Here's the castle. And that is how my Memorydex turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my process on how I put this one together. Again, the book die I got on Ally. You could just look up book die and you will find it. I'm pretty sure you can make an SVG too if you guys don't do like manual die cutting. But there it is, all the layers on there. So that is my third Memorydex card. Again, I have two other ones, which are these right here. And again, they're Disney themed. So there are the other two, very pastel. And then this one right here is a little bit more washed out, but still so cute. So I don't know, I might use this on one more project, this collection, on one more Memorydex card, because like I said, I have to do 5. But I do have an idea for the other one, so I don't know what collection I'm going to use on that specific one. But I do want to do one more with this one, so keep an eye out for that. Again, if you guys would like to watch all the other talented ladies videos, I will have all their YouTube channels linked down below for you guys. Make sure that you have notifications on. We do PST 6 p.m. every Monday of August. We'll have a video out, whether it's a project share, tutorial, or process video. All details will be linked down below. There will be giveaways that a lot of them will be hosting. Unfortunately for me, I am not having one just because I just got done with one and it was a lot of work. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video of me making this really cute book Memorydex, and I hope that I inspired you guys to start making Memorydex cards because they are so fun. I would have never thought that they would be this fun, but I'm so glad I joined this YouTube hop. Again, Puchys Memy Mondays. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope that you also have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.